Welcome back, children. Today we'll see the next ideology of Indian historiography after post-independence era, that is feminist history. Previous class we studied about Marxist history, subaltern history. Now today we'll read about feminist history. Children, over a significant period of time, mainly male scholar. So mostly, if you'll see, historiography was written mainly by male scholars. So as we are having male dominated society, so the scope for female was very less. The importance of female writers or historians was not there. Mainly male scholars were involved in the writing of Indian history. As a result, the role and achievements of women in history remained neglected. So to give importance to women, feminist history, the concept of feminist history was started. Actually, this history or this concept was based on right of equality, or that means equal rights. So these female historians actually they proposed that they were in favor of equal rights should be given to female members of the society. So here, feminist history, during that time, after post-independence era, it gained momentum. So the main task of writing history was towards male member or male-dominated sector. But what happened? After we got our independence, after education was given more importance, the concept of writing history, among women also gained momentum. Among women authors writing about women in 19th century CE, if we'll go back to history of modern India, early modern India, we can see Tarabai Shinde was the foremost one. We already know about Tarabai Shinde. She wrote one very famous book attacking the male-dominated social system and the caste system. Her book Stri Purush Tulna, that means the comparison between male and female. So according to Tarabai Shinde, equal right or equal treatment should be there in the society. Because if male can write or men can write history, women can also do that. Previous lesson we also studied about French historian Simone de Beauvoir. She also gave this concept that women can also write history, or women they are also having a very important place in the society. So also Tarabai Shinde, she also attacked the male dominated social system. So already we know that female or women were subjected to so much exploitation, the discrimination was there in every field. They were not having education, they were suppressed and they were living inside the four walls of house. They were doing all those household work, they were not entitled to have education, and this gained momentum during Mughal period. And after Britishers they came, again the scene was same. So she told that we want equal rights. So in her book Comparison between Male and Female, or when men and women, she highlighted this issue. Published in 1882, is acknowledged as the first feminist book in India. So underline this, very important. In 1888, the book written by Pandita Ramabai was also published entitled The High Caste Hindu Woman. So these two women scholars, feminist historians, Pandita Ramabai and Tarabai Shinde, they became very famous with their writings, their book Stri Purush Tulna and The High Caste Hindu Women. So this type of concept was developed and it was very important. So this book was written before we got our independence. It was pre-independence era. And after we got our independence, slowly, feminist movement was started. Women, they got this this development or the development in every field. They participate in every field. They got education. They played a very major role in politics also, in socio-economic condition also. Slowly the scene was changing. The feminist literature of the post-independence era concentrated on the issues like employment of women, treatment meted out to them at their workplace, the rights to political equality, etc. So these were very important. After post-independence, the issues which the women were facing at different level, like we can see, the example is given like employment of women, treatment meted out to them at the workplace. Employment of the women. Before independence, women were not having that right to have any type of employment. And after we got an independence, various issues including employment of women, treatment at their workplace, the injustice which was done in their workplace, the discrimination which was done in their workplace. So this was highlighted after we got our independence. Among the recently published feminist literature, Meera Kaushambi book, Crossing Threshold. So Meera Kaushambi, after post-independence period, she was very important feminist historian. So she wrote the book, underline this, Crossing Threshold was very important. Feminist essays in social history is also important. So the word feminist is related to women. It contains essays on life stories of women like Pandita Ramabai, Dr. Rukmabai, the first practicing lady doctor of India. So which type of issues and difficulties they face and what type of achievement they got, what were their achievements. They struggled so hard to regain a place in the society. So all these their views, it was written, and they wrote this book, their own encounter with life, with society. So all these books, Crossing Threshold and feminist essays in social history, it gained very importance in feminist history. A lot of literature is available unfolding the viewpoint of Dalit women also. So Dalit women, उनके बारे में भी लिखा गया. Dr. Sharmila Rege's work is noteworthy. In this context, her book, Writing Caste, Writing Gender, Reading Dalit Women's Testimonies. So about Dalit women also it was written. So all the issues which the women in all sections of the society they were facing. So it was the main points which were highlighted in feminist history. Understood? All those different difficulties, all those issues the women's or ladies they were facing at every section, every sector in their life. So this was highlighted in feminist history. So there have been number of Indian historians who wrote about embracing a particular ideology. So ideology, that means many historians, they really adopted a particular ideology on which their writings were based. Among them, historians like Sir Jadunath Sarkar, Surendranath Sen, Riasatkar, G.S. Sardesai and Trambek Shankar Shejalkar are noteworthy. So these historians, they wrote on a particular, what type of ideology they follow. They followed whether Marxism, whether subaltern, or their thinking, or which points they wanted to highlight in their writings. So they adopted those ideologies. So in recent time, historians like Yashwant Dinkar Phadke, Ramchandra Guha have contributed extensively to the historiography of modern India. So here we are talking about modern India. तो मॉडर्न इंडिया में भी बहुत सारे ऐसे हिस्टोरियंस हैं जिन्होंने मॉडर्न इंडिया के इश्यूज को हाईलाइट किया. तो in modern India or recent time, historians underline this: Yashwant Dinkar Phadke, Ramchandra Guha. So they were main historians in the modern time, on the recent time. Thus, it is evident that Indian historiography had been influenced greatly by the social political movement. So after we got our independence, social and political movement was very important because India was witnessing so many changes in political scene, in economic scene, in social scene. Because before independence we were under British rule. So the rights of the people, when they got this right of freedom they got in every sector, so they decided to do something which will give momentum to development in every sector. So writing in history was very important. So we saw that feminist history, Marxist history, subaltern history, these were the ideologies which were mainly influenced by all this system which were based on capitalism, socialism and feminism. Understood? So this was all about your second lesson. I hope you have understood well. Read your lessons properly. Thank you.